So maybe you watched my last video and you're wondering, okay, Amanda, I do believe and think that real estate, it is worth it in 2026. But how do I get from zero to that first client and build momentum? So today in this video, I am going to be breaking down how to get started if you're a new agent or you just been with your license for a while, but you've been stuck and you have not closed one deal yet. So I'm going to be talking about exactly what to do to get your business going in 2026. So before we dive in, just make sure to subscribe for amazing videos and interviews that I'm doing every single week for you wanting to grow. And then also, if you need a mentorship, structure, and just some guidance, I would love to talk to you. Book a call with me at topagentwolfpack.com. But before we go anywhere, on the comments below, please let me know, are you a brand new agent? Or are you an agent, but you are struggling? So here's the deal. The biggest mistake that I see agents doing, especially in the beginning, is trying to do everything. Believe me, I come with a lot of background of being structured and, personality wise, and also from my tech background, wearing too many hats. But this is something that I do know, especially when you're getting started, how critical it is to focus in one thing, because you have so many ways that you can get this business from 0 to 100. But here's the thing, everything, it is possible. Every details, every also option of a lead gen, it is and can be successful. And you might hear that from whoever you might be following on social media today that in real estate. But I don't know if you saw one trend in each one of them, that many times they have built their business with one major tool, one major lead generation. So here's what I tell you, you're getting started, you overwhelm, real estate, it is a new topic for you. And you're seeing a lot of success, and there's also obviously you're excited about it and you want to do everything. And this is where you're going to start wrong, because you're going to be touching so many areas. You're not going to learn creating depth into a process, and more so, you're going to be burning out very quickly. But I think it is still very important to be, mindful and then intentional with the time that you put in towards your business. It's your business. You made it. Here you are, your own boss. So when you're thinking about all the different activities, right, from doing open houses strategies, from cold calling and social media, and, so many different things that you can still do, what I would say is, less is more. Pick that one thing. Even sometimes, I always like to say social media is the supplement. So pick one thing, and then, social media, it's kind of like the cherry on the top, especially if you're a brand new agent. You want to bring awareness. You want people to know what you're doing. You want to be consistent. So I think it is important. Can you also generate, business from just doing social media? Absolutely, because now your focus is going to be content. But you still remember, you need to be trying to talk to someone every single day, even if it's through social media, putting your content out there, but also reaching out, right? You're in the beginning phases of your business. So it's time to build, right? It's not time to wait and just wait for those referrals to come in, because they will, as you do an amazing job, and your clients will, talk about you. So remember, you're getting started, or maybe you've been in the business for a while, but you're feeling stuck. Brush it off. It's time to build, and get excited about that. Pick that one thing, become really good at it, study and, learn the depths and create a process, because even each of these lead generations that you can do, you're going to have a follow-up process for that lead generation. You're going to have, which are the systems that I need for that lead generation. This is how it makes things so much easier, in the sense of like, now you concentrate in one thing and build that process, from every single step. And that is amazing. And here's one thing, money comes from focus, not perfection. And in real estate, my friends, I will break those news because I am the most perfectionist person. So I'm saying this, it won't be perfect. So it is better to stay focused, be consistent. You will get results. I promise you that. And here, now that we're talking about picking that one lead generation and, really getting really good at it. In this next, segment in here, that it is so important, and this is where the money lies, is the follow-up. There's a lot of agents that might be doing multiple things, or maybe even one lead generation activity. It might be getting leads, maybe you do host an open houses and people do provide their email and phone number, or you're doing cold calling and you are getting people that maybe do schedule a call with now or show some interest on the conversation, but they tell you to continue to follow up. So follow up is king in this business. And this is where a lot of 90% of agents already fell, behind the wagon. So again, talking about creating systems to help with your follow-up is going to be very, very critical. And you just, remembering, I don't know about you as a consumer as well, not always you buy something, from the first connection with a salesperson that, even if they're nice and whatnot, depending what that item is, you might be thinking a little bit more, especially if you're spending, a good amount of money. You just don't walk in and walk out, most of the time. So someone is thinking about possibly buying their first house or, selling that first house. And there's so many things that they need to consider. And when they're meeting you for the first time, giving you a good impression is already just getting your foot on the door. But, you're going to have to continue to follow up. You're building trust. You're building, rapport with those people. And just remember, it might not be, your second touch. It might be your fifth or maybe your 10th. And I think this is sometimes, and I'm guilty, I've been there too. And I'm saying this from experience, that we can just, forget to reach out. And before we know, we see that they posted a picture that they closed on a property, or, their home is actually listed, and then you kick yourself. Well, we all can try to avoid that, at least minimize. I get it. Someone can still be talking to you. You can be doing your due diligence, and maybe they might still hire someone else. But here is always my little, thing that I tell myself. You need to be known. They need to think about you. And then you need to show professionalism. And I think the follow-up shows so much of that, because them seeing you being consistent, you're reaching out to them. Again, you don't have to be annoying. You can still check in how they're doing. Can you still provide some, content about however the market is doing, providing some value. Again, you're building that relationship. I know a lot of the times we can be working with people on our sphere that maybe already know us from relationships and friendships or events, and however you have met them, but they haven't maybe seen the side of you as a realtor. So here's your opportunity to shine. So continue to follow up, make sure you have a process for it. And it can be as simple of creating something on your calendar, you do follow up maybe, 2 times a week, and you just rotate your list. Even if it's something simple, just creating a spreadsheet, or if you need to, write it down, however it works for you. Obviously, these days, most brokerages provide your CRM where you can work with that. But if it's too complicated, you're brand new, you still figure out your CRM, go to the basics. Write it down and just, check it off, or create a little, Google sheet, and just, track when you need to talk to that person again, especially in the beginning when you don't have this crazy amount of leads, and you start building those good habits from there. And I promise you, this is already going to put you on the top 10% from just having a better follow-up, even to someone that has more experience than you. And as I was sharing, you don't have to have anything fancy to work on your process. Here's something that, it seems so simple, yet a lot of agents miss this step or get busy trying to do so many things. Create a money-making schedule. Whatever the title that is just going to be these is the must have. And even if you're a part-time agent or if you're a full-time agent, I promise you this works for both. You might just be, putting that time, allocating that time in different times of your week. But even if it's a Monday through Friday where you are allocating time for your new lead generation, you don't need to create something that is unrealistic. Even if it's just 5 people, hey, I'm gonna reach out to 5 new people or people within my sphere, but I haven't talked to them in a long time. Those are all still, new leads or whatever the source that you decided to be your lead generation. Then you have your follow-up. Then you have again, if you do have a CRM, I highly recommend that, slowly as you're getting to learn about all your steps of your systems, that you start building them and entering them as you get to know people, even if you need to still, be on the basics steps. I rather you do that you keep, traction in tracking so that you know where you're at until you can go to all the systems, right? Because the system's there to facilitate, to automate, to eventually remove some of this manual work that you might be doing, to facilitate and make your life easier, right? But even in the beginning, again, we're going back to basics. We're trying to make things as easy as possible. Have a calendar, have a paper calendar, use your Google Calendar, whatever it may be, but just be truthful to yourself for even if that's hour, 2 hours a day that you are just, doing money-making activities for your business. And that will be your lead generation, that will be your follow-up, and, staying top of mind. And as I was saying, I always recommend you having a pillar of your lead generation and social media always being there. Maybe that is the main thing you do, but if not, that is, something that you do just as much. And in 2026, you have to create visibility. This is just I don't think most business will, take off the ground if you're not doing that. So just start building stories. People love storytelling. And what do you mean, Amanda, by stories? I'm a brand new agent. I don't have a client right now. What are some of the things that I can be doing? First of all, I think people love to go with the journey. So I love the stories parts, in your Facebook or in your Instagram, that you can bring people along with your day. What are you up to? Are you going for a meeting? Are you doing a training? Are you opening a door? Maybe you're just doing something for a client, or maybe you just learning about the market. All of this is content. Or again, you're bringing people in. You don't need to put a tag, say new agent here. I'm learning new things, but you're showing to whoever is following you that you're in a constant learning mode, and you are going to be providing better service for them because you are always learning. So you always stay on top of what's happening. So again, the stories, I think it's amazing. And then having a little schedule, part of your calendar that we just talked prior to this, for your social media. I think it's better than you posting twice a week, consistently thinking about it, what you're going to post, than, doing 1 week or 2 weeks or even a month where you're I'm going to post every single day. And then it's not something you can sustain. And then now you're gone for 2 months. You haven't posted anything, or you're just posting something super random that it's not following with the flow of who is that client that you want to get to. So again, consistency and quantity, can increase as you maybe learn better about the market, understand more, who you are in real estate and who your client is. But I'll say even something basic as always building your story, telling people what you're doing, what you're up to, and then creating, even if it's 2 posts a week, but it's consistent. And also knowing consistent, if you're doing something, let's say, I don't know, Tuesdays and Fridays, now it's on your calendar, you know what you're going to post about, and it's going to be, taking less of your time. So, but you're still posting it. Yes, when I started, I did post at least 5 days a week. Today I post 2 to 3 times a day. But, it was an evolving, as I was learning myself into the business. As you guys probably, if you've been following me or know, the group that I'm part, where there's a lot of social media training. So it's something that we're focusing on. And it was something that I personally saw the benefit. So I took advantage from day one, but I know not everybody's in the same speed. So again, consistency, it's better on social media than nothing else. And here is the most important thing that I can share with you. Do not do this alone. I can speak for myself. I am very driven. I come with the structure, management, background and all of that. But even with all of my knowledge of running business and understanding all of that, which I think it did help me for sure. But it is so critical to have people around you, to have mentors around you. I don't think I can just say, obviously, yes, I did the work for my success, but I had someone alongside that was helping me, answering my questions or guiding or seeing their success. And then me asking the right questions and how do I build now Amanda in real estate, based on other people's success that aligns, with my personality, my lifestyle, my vision. So it creates not only, that mentorship for as a guide, but accountability, I don't know about you, but usually, when I tell someone I'm going to do something, it's probably more like 90% of the time, if not 100, depending, that I'll make it happen versus when I just tell myself like, oh yeah, and I'm going to do all of this stuff, but I don't share. So I don't have other accountabilities around me. So if I don't do it, I might feel bad, but only I knew it, right? So I think accountability is so important in this business. Again, it's not to become something that you put yourself down when you had a bad day or a bad week, but it's just to help you get back in the game, get your mindset focused. So I think your community, it's so critical in this business. Unfortunately, but also nothing new, as in any business, when you start something new, not everybody wants to stop and help you, right? Not everybody, especially someone that maybe are doing high volume or, closing a lot of deals, or maybe have a small mentality that sharing it's, going to make them lose business. So they want to keep everything that they do, up close. So I think a community that likes to collaborate, likes to share, likes to empower, you and provide trainings, and that is going to help you, is going to be very critical. So, pay attention how you're surrounding yourself in the beginning, because that is going to dictate a lot of what you do. And especially on the days that you don't feel just enough motivation, because I'll tell you, I'm a very motivated person, but there are days if I don't have my accountability, my community, my workshops and my masterminds that I attend, that I don't feel super motivated. But, seeing what the group is doing around me, you feel like it carries you on the days that you're not motivated. So definitely look for that as you're, getting to this business where you're surrounding with, getting the right mentors, the right team to be where you feel supported. Not only that, in the end of the day, you still gotta do the work. It is your business, but it does make a huge difference who you're surrounding yourself with. And here's the best part. You don't have to do it alone. So if you ever have any question, I would love to chat with you, because I feel like that's something in this industry that I am like raving and, really cheering on, that I want to break, which is the collaboration, because I think, we all can win. Even on the same market, but we can win wherever we're located. So I'll love to chat with you. Don't forget to go to topagentwolfpack.com and book a call with me, and let's discover if my group makes sense for you, because in here, there's no strings attached. I just want to see you win no matter what. You can keep coming to the channel. You can follow me on other social media platforms and see what I'm doing, and whatever is out there, hey, go copy, go figure it out, whatever works for your business, right? But if you want that mentorship, that collaboration, that community, I would love for you to book that call with me, and we can go from there. So in close, yes, new agents can make it in 2026. Very simple formula, but I promise you, you will change your dynamic from figuring out that one lead generation that you want to work on. And I'll tell you that don't just pick that one lead generation and do for a month. Commit for like 3-6 months for you to see a result. And if it's not working, then move on into another activity, unless you're completely failing. But be honest with yourself. Are you doing the steps that it takes to become knowledgeable in that new lead strategy? Make sure you have a good follow-up system. Again, whatever it takes, if it's from a piece of paper to put in a spreadsheet, or using your CRM, building that follow-up momentum and schedule is going to be super critical for you. And don't be a secret agent. Make sure you are showing yourself on social media, putting your face out there, letting people know who you are, because you will attract by being yourself, and people want to see your true self, especially in social media these days, which can be so much fakeness and, people not being authentic. So be your authentic self and your clients will be attracted to you. And last but not least, find community, build community, find mentors, and a place where you feel you can grow and that they can help you achieve, your goals. But again, remember who's wearing the CEO hat? It's you. So you got to still take the steps towards your goals, but it does make a huge difference who you're surrounding yourself with. And here, put in the comments below, what is the one thing in 2026 that you're committing? Do you know your lead generation strategy? I'd love to hear about it. And if you have any questions, always make sure to post it in there, DM me, however you would like to connect, because I'd love to support you in this journey in real estate in 2026.